Hey guys, and welcome to my Hitoribocchi tier list, requested by Discord user Muzi. We all know how these work, so let's just dive right in and see where I rank the girls. First is Koko. As I stated in the Hitoribocchi episode of Which So-and-So Girls, I didn't particularly like Koko. Her stubborn mindset of viewing having friends as a weakness is completely mystifying to me. I seriously want to know who or what put that thought into her head. Having friends does not make you weak. Isolating yourself from other people and refusing to get closer to them makes you weak. Sure, she offers to give Bachi a DVD during her happy episode, but we all know how that ended. I just don't get her. There's being strong and independent, and then there's being an unnecessary twat. I rank her D tier. Next is Tario, the teacher. She's nowhere near as bad as Koko as a character, but her fear of NaKo is stupid. Japan, why do you have it in your heads that blonde hair is a sign of delinquency? That makes no sense. I will have you know that there are countless blonde-haired people out there who are some of the nicest people you could meet. Appearance does not make a delinquent. Personality does. And NaKo has a great personality. Maybe she could smile a bit more, but she is as far from being a delinquent as she could be. She is super nice. Now let's get back on topic. As a teacher, she's alright. I personally like Nanako Kuroi a lot more, but NaKo fear aside, Tario is a decent teacher. So I put her at C tier. Next is who I consider best girl. Aru, aka Unfortunate Monica. I found her the most hilarious and interesting out of everyone. Always trying to come off as the ideal class vice president, but failing miserably and being constantly mocked by NaKo. There was no way I was not gonna waifu Aru. I absolutely loved her. She's S tier. Next is Bachi. She was alright. Not at all unlikable, but not someone I overly liked. She was basically Miyako Hoshino, but with her social anxiety dialed up to 11, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. Although, unlike Miyako, Bachi actually made attempts to get over her problems, and I will absolutely give her credit for doing that. She knew she had issues with other people, and she tried to fix them. Sure, she didn't befriend everyone in her class, which was a completely unrealistic goal I might add, but she had made some friends by the end, which is still progress, so I applaud her for that. And regardless of whether we get more episodes or not, I hope she continues to improve. So she goes to B tier. Next is Mayo. She's a little tricky because we really only had one episode with her, and I need at least two to get a good enough grasp of a character. But from what I did see, I really liked her, even though she's not our Mugi-chan. Super kind and willing to help people in need, even though trying to buy the school was a completely ridiculous idea from the start. But she was able to make her first real friends, which was really sweet. Struggling to find friends because you're rich must really suck, and I'm happy she was able to join the group at the end because she was clearly super lonely. She goes to A tier. Next is Kai, and I had to make a new tier for her. I stand by what I said in Which Hitoribocchi Girls Would I Sleep With. There's nothing wrong with wanting to help your friends overcome their personal problems. That's what friends do for each other. But she had no excuse to go the lengths she did. You do not toss your friends out like trash hoping they will magically make friends. Yes, Bachi had improved by the end, but she was a wreck at the start, and her childhood friend made the biggest dick move she could, and I can never excuse her for that. Kai is F tier. Now we have NaKo. She was also a decent character. Nothing overly special in my opinion, but someone I'd be willing to be friends with. And she was the first person to start connecting with Bachi, so kudos to her. And her interactions with Aru were hilarious, always jamming at her misfortune. I did like that. Aru was clearly trying to impress her, but never doing a very good job at it. They had great chemistry. But aside from that, I don't have much to say about NaKo, so she's B tier. Finally is Ninja Girl Sakura, who still reminds me of Karen Kujo. She was also decent. That's pretty much become a theme at this point. I do wonder why she couldn't just settle with being both Bachi's apprentice and friend. And how exactly does a person sneaking around make them a ninja? How many movies did she watch? I did like how friendly she was, even though she clearly had little concept of self-restraint early on. I think she'd be a fun friend to have. I rank her A tier. And that's my Hitoribocchi tier list. I will admit that it wasn't the best moe anime I've seen, but it was still enjoyable and I would recommend trying it out. I'll also link the tier list so you can rank the characters. As always, please rate, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to come join me on Discord. Consider backing me on Patreon. And remember to stay chilled.